Hey friends, last time we installed Linux on that laptop you're going to use with your kids. Here's part 2, making the desktop usable and getting some great apps for your students. It's time for Stu Does Linux. Hello and welcome back to Stu Does Linux. I'm Stu Karoff and I'm enjoying these last few days of summer, and then it's off to my new school. I am looking forward to it. Take a moment to click like, subscribe, and that notification bell thing. Also, down in the description, I put the links to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Go ahead and take a moment to follow me there too. This video's framed album cover is Deep in the Heart of Nowhere by Bob Geldof. Kind of digging back a few years for that one, but it is a great album. Now, this video is a sequel to the last video. That one was about installing the Linux operating system on a computer. Today, I will walk you through some desktop customization and installing apps for students. Now, everything you see here is just a suggestion. Linux is all about software freedom and all that, and there are a lot of options for customizing and apps. What I'm going to show you is the way that I set up a computer so that it's usable and ready for students. So let's get started. After installing the Ubuntu OS, when you turn the computer on and boot to the desktop for the first time, you will see this box in the middle of the screen. In the right-hand corner, you will see a box that says Skip. Connect your online accounts. Since this is going to be a shared device in my classroom, connecting it to one account like this doesn't make sense. Click Skip. Next screen is for Ubuntu Pro, which is a new support package. Not an issue for us today. Leave the Skip for Now button selected and click Next. Help improve Ubuntu. Yes is pre-selected here. That's fine. Leave it. Click Next. Privacy. I don't turn the location services on. That's an opt-in thing. Not necessary. Click Next. You're ready to go. Click Done, and the window goes away. Next, I clean up the dock and remove from favorites some of the icons I really won't need in my class. To do this, right-click on the icons and select Remove from Favorites. I do this for Firefox, Thunderbird, Rhythmbox, and Help. Next, click on the icon for LibreOffice Writer. Writer is the word processor in LibreOffice, and this will open up a blank Writer document. In the Did You Know box, uncheck the Show Tips on Startup box and click OK. Then over in the right-hand corner, there is a small X right under the X that closes the program. Click the small X. This closes the document while leaving the LibreOffice program open. There's a reason we're doing this. When you do this, a new icon appears on the dock. This plain white rectangle is the icon for the main LibreOffice program. Now, this icon can get you to any of the sub-programs in LibreOffice, the word processor, spreadsheet, slideshow, whatever. And I think this icon is much more useful than just the word processor. Add it to favorites by dragging it above that little horizontal line. I put it above the orange shopping bag. Then right-click on the writer icon and click Remove from Favorites. Then close the program. Next, click on the little grid of 9 dots in the lower left-hand corner. This is your app grid. This shows you all of the apps currently installed on the computer. Click on the Settings icon. It's a gear wheel. We're going to change a few things in the settings. First, click on Appearance and click Show personal folder button to shut that off. The dock already has this, so it doesn't need to be on the desktop. Then I go down on that same tab to icon size, and I change it from 48 to 40. This frees up a little bit of real estate on the desktop without making the icons too small. On that left side, click on Power. Here, change the screen blank from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. 5 minutes just isn't that useful. Then, last one is click on Date and Time, and for time format, change from 24-hour to AM/PM. Before closing this app, right-click on the icon for it and click Add to Favorites. Then close it. Then go back into the app grid and type SOF. This will help you find the software updater. Even though I ran updates during the installation, there are always more once the process is finished. So run them now. When the authentication box pops up, put in your password, whatever you picked out, and click Authenticate. Now it will download and install the available updates. Oh, here's a cool tip. If you click the little arrow next to the word Details, a little terminal window pops up to show you what the computer is actually doing. I like doing this. I don't always understand it, but I still think it's pretty cool. This can take several minutes. When the computer is done doing these updates, it will probably tell you that it needs to be restarted. Click Restart Now. Then it will restart and boot back to the desktop. Now we're going to install some apps and some bits and pieces under the hood. The apps are for your kids to use in class, and the under the hood stuff gives your computer some additional media codecs, fonts, and some other useful things. Some of this can be done using the software app, that little orange shopping bag with the A on it, but I've found that it's often quicker to open a terminal window and just type the commands in to tell the computer what to do. Now, don't be intimidated when I say terminal window. With a little practice, this becomes easy. In fact, almost all of my Linux Club students love to use the terminal. Here we go. To open a terminal, click on the 9 dot and click on the icon for terminal. If you don't see it right away, type TER and it will appear at the top. Click it. Most of the commands you'll use here start with the word sudo. This is really an abbreviation. It means super user do. It's telling the computer that you are the administrator or the super user and you want to do something. So they kind of smush it together, sudo. That word is often followed by the word apt. This is a program used within the terminal window. After that is the command itself. We'll be using the word install. Finally, the program or package we wish to install. So let's start with this. Sudo apt install ubuntu-restricted-extras. The computer asks for the password. Type in your password and press enter. You will see that when you do, the cursor does not move and nothing appears on the screen. This, believe it or not, is a security feature. The computer finds the thing I want to install and asks me if I want to continue. I type Y and press enter. This has given me some multimedia codecs and some fonts from Microsoft. To get the fonts, I do have to agree to Microsoft's end user license agreement. I press my Tab key to highlight the OK on the screen and then press Enter. Then press Tab to highlight the word Yes and press Enter. Then it runs. This is kind of a cool thing to do around other people. It impresses the kids and intimidates the adults. They think you're hacking. Now that it's done, next is installing the package that will allow the computer to play DVDs. This can still come in handy. Think about the day right before winter break. You want to show a video for the kids, but not tie up your work computer because you want to sit in the back of the room and grade things. Use the Linux computer to play that disk instead. Type sudo apt install libdvd-pkg and press Enter. And then you'll see some stuff appear. And then you type Y and press Enter. And this is part 1 of the process. The approval box appears. OK is already highlighted, so press Enter. Then Yes is already highlighted, so press Enter. Now, part 2 of this process. Type sudo dpkg-reconfigure libdvd-pkg. Then press Enter. The box appears. Yes is highlighted. Press Enter. And that's done. Now, we'll install a program called gdebi. This is an app that installs other apps. We'll need it a little later, so let's get it now. Type sudo apt install gdebi. Press Enter. Type Y and press Enter. Now, let's get some apps for the kids to use. The first is Audacity. It's an audio recording and editing program. I've had middle school kids use this to make ringtones, radio ads, and podcasts. It's useful and fun. The command is sudo apt install Audacity, Audacity. Enter. Then type Y for yes and press Enter. Here's a shortcut. You can use your arrow up key on your keyboard to show you previous terminal commands. The shortcut is when you pull up the last command, like sudo apt install Audacity, and then backspace to erase Audacity and type the name of the next program we want. In this case, that's tuxtyping, which is a set of games that teaches kids typing skills. The kids love it. The terminal name is tuxtype, all one word. So tuxtype. Type that in and press Enter. And then type Y for yes and press Enter. When it's done, arrow up, erase type, and then type math, M-A-T-H. This will get you tuxmath, which kids also love. In fact, I think they love it a little more. Press Enter, and type Y, and press Enter. Next, arrow up, erase math, and type paint to get tuxpaint, an art program that kids seriously go ape bleep for. I mean, they do. Press Enter, type Y, and press Enter. Now, we're done with the terminal window. The next thing to do is to go add Google Chrome, which, for better or worse, is the most used browser in schools, and yes, Google makes a version of it for Linux. Here's how to get it. Click on the 9 dot and launch Firefox. Do a search for Google Chrome. Click the link for Google Chrome. Click Download Chrome. The next screen says, please select your download package. The one we need is already selected, so leave it and click Accept and Install. When it's done downloading, close your browser. Now, click on the folder icon at the top of the dock on the left side. Double-click on the Downloads icon. In that folder, you'll see the install file for Chrome. Right-click on that icon. A little box appears, and click on Open with Other Application. When you do that, you'll see a window open up. Select gdebi-pkg installer, which we just installed, and click Select. gdebi starts to run. Click Install Package, and when the box appears, enter your password and click Authenticate. If you see the Not Responding box, just click Wait. It'll work. Once it says Installation Complete, close that window, then close gdebi and the download folder. Next, we'll take icons for programs we just installed and put them on the dock. That'll make it easier for the kids to find the more fun ones. Click on the 9 dot and click on the little dot at the bottom of the screen to go forward to the next screen of apps. Then we click and drag the icons we want over to the dock. First, Google Chrome, then Tux Typing, then Tuxmath, then Tuxpaint. You might be thinking, do I have to open a terminal window each time I want to install an app? The answer is no. Just like your phone, Ubuntu has an app store. Click on the orange shopping bag with an A on it. A is for apps. Here in the software store, the apps are sorted by recommendation and by category. There's education, entertainment, all sorts of other stuff. If you know the name of the app you want, you can just search for it. The first one I'm looking for is gcompris. That's Gcompris, which is a wonderful package of educational games for lower elementary. Here it is. Click on the link, click Install, enter your password, and there it goes. The next one I want is K-Geography, which is a great set of games for social studies. Same process. Once these apps are installed, I'll click X to close the store. Then I'll go to the 9 dot to find the apps and drag them to the dock. And that's it. The computer now has the apps that I want for my students, and I have them in the order I want my students to see. Now I click on the icon set in the upper right-hand corner, click Power Off, and then click Power Off in the middle of the screen. That's it for this one. What about you? What are some activities you want your students to do? Feel free to search the software store and see what other options there are. If you liked this video, click the like button. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments. Put your thoughts down there and be sure to share the video with your friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. And remember, if Stu does Linux, so can you. Have a great day.